progress.
Okay, there you go. You're good, Taryn. Hey, Jackson.
Hi.
Doing in there?
Hey, Yo, I thought you were supposed to have a Japanese name. Where's Yo's?
Okay, I can go now.
Everyone.
Love you.
Falcon.
Figure it out.
Bye.
Bye, thank you. Let's just move your iPad. iPad for now. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna put it over here.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye. Hey guys. Hi Jackson. Hi Taki.
Hello.
Hi Karen. Hi. Hi Jessica.
Bye, goodbye. Have a good day. I'm going to work.
Oh, okay. Can Taryn use the oven? Okay.
Oh, totally. And Grandma's here.
Okay, perfect.
No, Taryn bakes all. She baked those cookies.
I know.
All by, yeah, she's good.
Grandma's here as the backup.
Are you wearing your apron from Gakko?
Yeah, and the headband.
I love it.
So what size bowl do you need?
Large, like.
Okay. Bye, bye, Sensei Song.
Oh, bye. Have a good day. Okay, I have my apron too. I'm gonna put that on. You want to climb up? Where's your apron?
She's putting on hers. Oh, she's got a different. Oh, she's got a blue one. I got the white one. She's got the blue.
Oh, I have the white one too, but I use it for my art apron, so it's all stained. So this is my cooking.
Good. Hikari has an apron on also.
Hey, hi Hikari. Thanks for joining me. Okay, it's a little dark in here. Let me turn on some lights.
Yeah, yeah.
I lost my hand.
And I think her name is Racy. Her real name is Mia.
Okay.
Remember she was with her mom the other day?
Yeah.
So if you were in my class before, we would do some art lessons and we would do some cooking lessons. So you would have definitely already made this mochi cake before, but I'm gonna also teach you some other variations you can make as well. So this is an apron we made in class. So because Kokoro no Gakko was a combination in second grade of cooking and eating and art, this is an apron we made. So Taki has hers on too because she was in my class a couple years
Oh,
ago.
look at Taki.
So this
Taki
one
was
is
in
Madison,
second.
my oldest. So we're just gonna put this put this on my little one.
In third grade?
She's in fourth grade now. We should mute ourselves. Go ahead and push mute.
I'm gonna share my screen with you. Okay, so while we're waiting, I'm gonna have you make sure you have all your ingredients handy. And then we'll go step by step with all the other materials and stuff you need. I want to make sure I can also see all of you. So let's see. I think we're also waiting for some people to come on. Okay, so you guys go ahead and make sure you have all your materials there. And then I'm gonna go grab something. I'll be right back and then we'll get started. Okay. Can you all hear me okay? Awesome. All right, so because this is recorded, anybody who is, shows up late, or if I go too fast or you wanna cook it again, you can. I'm gonna just start off by saying, Ohayou gozaimasu. Watashi wa Eguchi sensei desu. And then this,
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Very nice. Thank you. Ohayou gozaimasu means good morning. Oh, is that Giselle too? Hi, Giselle. And then if you joined us in Momi Sensei's lesson, you have learned some origami. And I saw that Taki made some super cute cookies and put the cookies in her origami boxes. That's so cute. And then yesterday in Mizuno Sensei's language lesson, they taught us how to introduce ourselves. So I actually learned that yesterday. And then this is Mia. So can you repeat after me? Say watashi wa Mia desu. Well, it's all about trying, right? So we just said good morning and what our names are. Thank you for joining us for Kokono no Gakko's very first cooking show. So you met Mia-chan, she's my co-host here, and she actually attended Kokono no Gakko when she was 5 weeks old. And so she's a Gakko baby for sure. Okay, so every year in my 2nd grade cooking class, we've made this mochi cake. And so if you've already done it, then you'll be familiar with the steps and you can kind of help. Stand here. You can't hang on me, okay? Because mommy has to cook and I'll help you help me. So you're probably familiar with the ingredients and such, but we'll still go through them. So let's make sure that we have everything. So if you have it, give me a thumbs up. Okay, first you need your mochiko rice, your sweet rice flour. Looks like everybody has it. Secondly, you're gonna need your baking powder. Now don't be confused with baking soda. This one's baking powder. Okay, thumbs up. Very good. I see some thumbs up. And then the third thing you're gonna need is sugar. Okay, it's the white sugar. Good. Okay, then you'll need your milk. This is lactose-free milk, but you can use regular milk, you know, because we're Japanese or Asian. And you need 2 eggs. Do you have 2 eggs? Very good. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You'll need vanilla and you'll need butter. Now, I just cut a stick in half. So you'll need a quarter cup. So it's a half a stick of butter. So you can just, when we get to that point, you can just cut it into a quarter slice. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This part might cause you to do a little bit of running around. Hopefully you guys have your pan that you're going to use. It could be glass or metal. Okay. Make sure you have your pan. Now, because I'm a mom and I try to find the easiest ways to do cleanup. Oh, sorry. I use parchment paper. So if you have parchment paper to put down or your mom or grandma, whoever is with you has parchment paper, that might help to make it easy and clean up and then it just lifts out. If you don't have that, it's not necessary, okay? Then I use a baking spray. This helps it not to stick. Oh yeah, you have it, nice. Okay, so I also use this just to help it not to stick. Again, it's probably not necessary, but mochi is sticky. So I just tend to give it a little spray when we get to that point. And then you'll also need a mixer. You can probably use a spoon and mix it up just fine if you want to try it that way. But it will help if you do have a mixer. It's okay if you don't, but a mixer will help. So you'll also need your attachments. Okay. You'll need a bowl for mixing, a big bowl, and also a smaller microwavable bowl will also help, or medium size. This one, do not use in microwave, okay? So we're gonna use a bowl like this, kind of like a medium-sized bowl that you're gonna put your liquids in, okay? If I'm going too fast at any point, you can just ask me to stop. And you guys can unmute yourselves if you need to speak to me, okay? And the last utensils you'll need is a spatula. This is the exercise part where you're running around so that you don't feel bad about all the mochi cake you're eating. Here is you could use a half a cup or a whole cup. If you use a half cup, obviously you'll double that and use 2. So you can use this one, half a cup or a whole cup, okay? I use a half a cup so that it's easier to scoop out for me. And then make sure on your measuring spoons that you have both a 1 tablespoon and a 1 teaspoon. That's really important that you have both. Okay, when you're there, let me just get the Alrighty. Are we ready to start?
Yeah, and I agree with you. This is the part where we had to run a lot.
You do have a little bit of running around.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Okay, so step number 1 is we're gonna put our oven at 325 degrees. Okay, so turn your oven on to 325 degrees. Hey, baby, sit down. Sit down right here. You're gonna help me pour stuff in, okay? No, you can't hang on me though. Sit down. Okay, so what I like to do is whenever we're cooking, I always like to make sure I'm working with clean hands. So I'm gonna first go to the sink, wash my hands, okay? And then we'll start with the cooking ingredients. Ready? Come on. All right, let's wash hands. Okay, dry your hands. Okay, we're all set. Okay, step number 1 is this recipe is so easy, which is why I wanted to start with a mochi cake recipe with you guys, because it is very forgiving. It's actually kind of like we call it like a dump recipe where you can just toss everything in a bowl, mix it up, and it should still come out just right. So we're gonna just start. We're gonna get our bowl, big bowl. Then let go. I'll let you dump it in, okay? This is our mochiko flour. I need 2 cups, and since I'm using a smaller cup, I'm gonna use. Can anybody tell me how many half cups I'm gonna use? Yes, good job. I see your fingers up. We're gonna use 4 half cups or 2 whole cups. So make sure you're measuring correctly. I'm gonna get a knife and I go off the top just to make sure it's level. Okay, there's one. Very good. So when you're done with putting in your mochiko flour, just stop and wait for us. There's 2. Very good. Whew. All right, and here's my full 2 cups of mochiko rice. It's sweet rice flour. And then stop and show me your pretty faces so I know you're ready for the next step. Looks like, oh, very nice. 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're halfway there. Good. Okay, next we're gonna move on to, and if you need me to stop or slow down at any point, just ask me, say, Gucci Sensei, will you give me a minute? Now we're gonna move on to the baking powder, okay? Make sure it says baking powder, and this one you're gonna use the tablespoon. So for this one, it's gonna be the big scoop, the big one. So a level scoop. Oh, okay, Taki, I see ya.
Did we pour the rice flour in yet?
Yep, go ahead and measure your rice flour and pour it in your bowl. Okay, then we got our 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Okay, and you can go ahead and dump that in there. Very good. Next, we're going to use our next dry ingredient, which is our sugar. Here, our sugar. Okay, so for sugar, we need 1 cup. So since this is a half cup, I'm going to use 2 of these, or you can use 1 whole cup. Okay, I'll let you put it in. Oh. Yes, please. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, but it has to be full. Hold on. Deeper scoop, okay? There you go. Pull it out and hold it like that. Okay, hold on. Let me level it out. Okay. All right. So we did our sugar. Looks like we're there. We did our mochiko flour, or mochiko rice, sweet rice flour. We did our baking powder and we did our sugar. Looks like we're there. It should just look like a very white powdery mixture. Okay. And I always like to set aside the ingredients I've already used off to the side so I know that I did it. Okay, so now we're moving on to the liquid ingredients. So for that one, we're going to use a smaller bowl if you have one, or if it's easy for you just to dump it in the same bowl, you can also do that. My butter, however, is not melted yet. So I'm going to get your stick of butter and cut it in half. It should show you a line at the 1/4 cup right here. See how it says 1/4 and then cut right on that line. So half a stick of butter. So cut it in half. Okay, then when you have your half a stick of butter, you're going to put it into your microwave safe bowl. And then we're going to microwave this for about 30 to 40 seconds, just until it's like very liquidy. Okay. Setsuya, did you do that part already?
Me?
Yes. Did you do the butter already?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get our butter ready. Scoot back, babe. Okay, mine only took about 30 seconds to get completely, let's see if you can see this. Can you see that? It's completely liquidy. So then I'm gonna mix all my, you can do it 2 ways. One, you can just pour it all together with your dry and liquid ingredients, or I like to mix my liquid ingredients together and then pour it all together. So in this one, we just did our butter. So now we're gonna crack 2 eggs in it. Now, I always like to check my eggs to see if they're fresh. So I'm gonna show you a quick trick really quick, just to show you how you can tell. If you get a bowl of water, here, I'll put the camera down. If you get a bowl of water and you put your eggs in there and it stays on the bottom, it means it's still fresh, okay? If you get an egg, I don't know if I have any in here. Let me see.
So,
You put 'em in.
so when we crack our eggs, we're gonna put it in the
No. You don't, I'm just showing you a trick. So if you know your eggs are fresh, you can just crack 2 eggs into the same mixture. But earlier today I had an egg that these weren't as fresh. And if it floated up to the top, then you know that that egg is bad. It's just a trick I was just showing you guys. Yeah, so don't put in all these eggs. You just need 2 eggs, fresh eggs. Okay, so go ahead and crack your 2 eggs into your butter mixture. Very good, Mia-chan. Okay, I got it. Okay, then we need 1 teaspoon, which is the smaller spoon, the smaller, whoops, teaspoon of vanilla. Just let me pour it first, okay? Okay, and when you do it, wait, don't bump. Okay, now pour it closer to the bowl and then dump in. Good job. Okay. Oh. Here. All right. Okay, so I always like to go through my ingredients, make sure that we did it. Mochiko, baking powder, sugar. We did our eggs, our vanilla, our butter. So now we just need our 2 cups of milk. Okay. So
We're gonna have to do it 2 times because I only have a 1 cup.
okay, sounds good. If you have 1 cup, just do it 2 times. I'm using a half cup, so we're doing it 4. We're losing some of our liquid ingredients. Okay, really close to the bowl, baby. Soft, slow. So, okay.
Now, do we mix them or not yet?
Yeah, so then you're gonna, oh, inside the bowl, babe. Okay, then we're gonna, in our small bowl, very carefully, I use you can use a fork for this just to, or a spoon, because we want to mix up our eggs. Wait. Okay, mommy, do this part, okay? So I'm just gonna, ooh. Very carefully, I'm just gonna mix up my egg in here. Or you can just put it or all into your big bowl. That works too. Maybe I should use a little bit bigger of a bowl. Okay. All my wet is mixed up. Okay, very gently, okay, babe? Very gentle. This way. Okay. Gentle. Pour in.
Wait, so we're gonna mix the liquids with the solids now?
Yes, your wet and dry ingredients will go now all together in the same bowl. Okay, honey, what? Just wait, baby girl. No. Okay. Gentle. All right, so now what you can do is use your mixer. Baby girl, stop.
Ahora sí necesito echar esto.
Okay, and this will get a little bit loud, so if it gets loud, I apologize. And we're gonna mix for about 2 minutes until everything is all smooth. Am I going too fast? Is everybody doing okay?
Well, I'm good right now.
Okay, mix it all your dry and wet ingredients together, and then we're gonna mix in the mixer. Oh, would help to plug it in. Gentle baby.
Okay.
Okay, let's, and then I'm gonna, hold on. Let me scoop your sides, okay? And then you can do a little bit more mixing. Let me scoop the sides and then you can do it. All right, that's looking pretty good.
Por lo menos que estoy tratando.
20 more seconds.
I think it should be starting to smell good.
It's smelling good. Okay, that's good. That looks really good.
Yeah, because for me it does smell very tasty.
Okay, once it looks pretty well mixed, we're gonna be ready to pour it into our pan. So at this point, you can start doing a little cleanup. Take your dirty items, and you can stick it in the sink. My mom would always say that the easy part of cooking or baking is the actual act of cooking and baking, and the hard part was the cleanup, which I always left for my mom.
Okay.
All right. Okay, thank you, honey. That's good. All righty. We have a little bit of a mess here, so I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup while you guys are just finishing mixing and then getting our pan ready. All right, Sweet Pea, I'm gonna have you get on this chair. Stand.
Okay, ¿cómo está ahora?
Okay. So here's how I'm gonna prep my pan. Over here. I'm gonna take, if you have it, you can take a piece of parchment paper. If you don't have this step, it's okay. You can actually just pour it into the pan. Maybe grease and flour would help. Or if you have a baking spray, you can skip this step. But I'll show you why in a sec why it helps to have it. Oh, okay. Let's let mommy do this part, okay? Okay, so I just take this, press it into the corners.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it helps because then your pan, you don't have to like wash it.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll take my baking spray. Mommy's gonna do this part, okay? You give it a light spray all the way across. Okay. Then you're gonna take your mixture. Great. Okay. Okay. Gentle, gentle. Move your hand. And we're just gonna pour it in the pan. And then I use a spatula to get the remaining batter out. So it should just look just like this. Thumbs up if yours looks just like that. Looks good, guys. Good, I see some thumbs up. We're still scooping it into the pans. So while you're waiting, you can just do a little bit of cleanup. That always helps so you're not stuck with it at the end. So then what we're gonna do is take your pan, just like this, and very carefully have an adult if you are not used to doing this yourself. And we're gonna put it right in the middle rack in the oven, okay? To your preheated 325-degree oven. Then you want to make sure to set a timer for about 30 minutes. So it's 10:27. We're all going to take it out just a few minutes before 11 o'clock, or at least check it. I get thank you, a long skewer. Let's show them my skewer, my stick. Here.
Gucci Sensei.
Yes.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to go before
Okay.
because yeah.
Okay, maybe what you could do is instead of
No, but it's just baking, so I wouldn't really need to go back.
okay. So if you're not going to be home, I wouldn't leave the oven on. Maybe you can wrap it and stick it in the refrigerator and then bake it when you come back.
No. Well, yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So once it's in the oven, you're going to, did you mean you have to leave the Zoom lesson?
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
All right.
Gucci
So
Sensei,
in about, yes.
See ya.
how long did we bake it for? I was in the other room.
Oh, it's
putting in-
okay. 30 minutes. So we're going to check on it in a few minutes before 11 o'clock. Okay. And one way that I always test to make sure it's ready is I get either a toothpick or a skewer. I always use this metal one and I stick it through either like the thickest part or I stick it through the middle. And if it comes out clean and there's no batter stuck on it, that means it's ready. If it's still liquidy and gooey, it means it needs a little bit of time. Now, I actually, through the magic of cooking, I actually have one to show you. So careful with that, okay? Ta-da! So I made one just before this lesson. So it's warm, but it's not hot. And I wanted to show you some, scoot over, baby girl. So a variation of this. So mochi it's very like soft and it feels, I don't know the correct word for it. It's kind of bouncy, like it's chewy. And so this one, I changed up the recipe just a little bit in case you wanted to sort of make it your own. So one cool thing is that mochi has become so popular that you're seeing it, like, I'm sure you're seeing it everywhere in the store. So raising your hand, can you tell me like a mochi food you've seen in the stores or you've eaten before? Taki?
I raised my hand before you said that you've eaten before, but at the store I've seen they have like this mochi ice cream thing.
Mm-hmm. Raise your hand if you've ever had mochi ice cream. Yes, so good. Okay, and or you could say oishi desu ka, right? Like it is delicious, or is it delicious? What about any other kinds of mochi foods you've had? Yes, Makiko?
We go to the Japanese market, so on special occasions you'll see like ichidango or something.
Okay, very nice. So they there's also Really popular right now too, like I'm on a Trader Joe's site. Stop, baby, I don't want you to hurt yourself. Is they have mochi pancake mix. Have you ever had mochi pancakes or mochi donuts, mochi waffles? So there are a ton of variations of recipes that you can use with mochi. In fact, I wanted to show you this. I found this at Trader Joe's. It's mochi cake. Now, this is really easy because you just have to add water, eggs, and butter. And so it's a little bit simpler than having to get out all the ingredients, but it's also seasonal. So they don't have it at the stores all the time. And so they don't even have it now anymore. So what's cool is that if you go to the store, you have this option to buy one that's already kind of, some of the ingredients are already mixed in together. But now you guys have the recipe and you can make it whenever you want to. Yes, Denise Sensei.
I'm wondering if you can unshare your screen
Oh.
so that we can see all the faces
Yes.
of the kids. Because because otherwise we only see your, oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for that reminder. So, and here's the mochi cake. So this one, actually, I changed it up a little bit. Instead of using 2 cups of milk, I did, let me get it out. I did 1 cup of milk, pineapple juice, and this cream of coconut. So it makes like a coconutty, fruity type of different flavoring. So that's what's kind of neat about this is that you can, and then I use, hey, honey, baby girl, you need to let mommy talk to them, okay? So sit nicely right here and then I'll let you taste it, okay? And this one I added on top, on part of it, because some of my family members don't like coconut, is I added this shredded coconut right on top. So you can see that on this side right here, I just sprinkled it on top before I baked it. And it added that extra coconut type flavor. Now I'm going to show you in a second why the parchment paper is helpful for when you're cutting it and clean up. I see a hand up. Taki, did you have a question?
Yeah, so besides the coconut, do you have any other recommendations for like the top?
Let's see, for other way. Oh, powdered sugar would be amazing. Yeah, that would be really good. It would make it even a little bit sweeter. Good question. I also thought, like, what else could I add instead of the pineapple juice? And you probably could add, maybe like some other types of fruit juices and see how that changes it. I've had strawberry mochi before. I think it's called like daifuku mochi. And it's like a strawberry flavored mochi and it's really good. So, I mean, you could play around with this recipe. I think you just have to stay within the liquid measurement. So if it's 2 cups of milk, I just use 1 cup of milk and then I use a half a cup of each of these. Okay. And I have made this before with this recipe. I actually got somebody from who I was talking to said that you could do that with this recipe because this one also uses 2 cups of milk. Any other questions? Denise, did you have a question? Your hand is raised.
I know, I was kind of about to say the same thing. I have some fresh strawberries, so I was thinking next time I make it, I could do 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of pureed strawberries.
Ooh, that would
and then
be good.
it would, the whole thing would taste like strawberry.
You'll have to let me know how that comes out. I
will.
Yeah, so this one was the first time trying it with these 2 things, the cream of coconut and pineapple with this recipe I made before. And it looks like it has come out. I didn't want to eat it and show you a half-eaten pan of mochi cake. So I haven't even tried it yet. But this little one is raring to go. So I'm going to cut it and show you the consistency and what it looks like. Mia, did you have a question?
Can you add half and half instead of milk?
Half and half. I would assume so. I think as long as the liquid ingredients are pretty the same, I think so. You could try it and let me know. Did you not have any? or you're just interested in trying different?
We use milk, but one time I had half and half with cereal because we ran out of milk. But
Interesting.
it was really good.
Oh,
was
good. Yeah, I mean, it would be neat to try it with different flavors. So maybe we can have another Zoom where we all just try different flavors and see how it comes out. That would be fun. All right, so I'm going to show you right now how the parchment paper works with baking so that you can see how easy it is. Okay, this little one keeps digging her fingers into my mochi cake. So you guys are lucky that you don't have to share this one. All right, so see, I can just lift this out. And my pan is pretty clean. It'll just take a quick scrub because sometimes it makes it really hard to scrub off the crusty pieces. Okay, so here's my mochi cake. I'm gonna grab a knife.
That's what I do with that.
You might want some help with the cutting part if you're not
Other boss.
using
She's probably not even listening.
a
So she's
knife.
probably already left already.
And then I like to just cut it in equal parts like this. So this is the part with the extra coconut on top. On this side, I probably could have sprinkled some powdered sugar. That would probably taste really good. Which one you want to try? You want to try some mochi cake, babe? Okay, so here is, so it's kind of like brownie size, like this, but it has this. Okay, I'm gonna let this little one do the honors first. Come up. Because she will give you her very honest opinion. Ready? Do you want this one with the coconut or no coconut? No coconut? Okay. Take a big bite. How is it? It's good? Thumbs up? Is it good? Yeah? All right, I'm gonna take a bite. We always say, itadakimasu. It's basically a thing we say like that we're grateful for our food. So itadakimasu. And then I'm gonna take a bite of this one. Definite. You can always taste when there's mochi, it has that's very soft and chewy. And it's really good. This is the first time I ever made it with the coconut, so you definitely have that coconut consistency on the top. And you can very vaguely taste the pineapple and the coconut in the middle, but it's not that strong. So I wonder if I could add more pineapple and coconut and a little bit less milk, but I think you need that milk to still keep it kind of creamy. I don't know. I'm actually not like a food scientist or anything, so I don't know what causes it to change consistency, but I do like playing with things and kind of changing things up. So that's one thing you can do is you can change out the liquids just a little bit to give it different flavors. I would be interested to see what it would taste like with different like juices or purees, see if that makes a difference. So we're approaching you have about 15 more minutes before your mochi cake recipe is done. So if I can use this time to answer any questions. Mia, you have a question, babe?
It's actually a comment, but me and my brother found this outside.
Ooh, what is that, an egg?
Mm-hmm. My mom thinks it's a sparrow egg, but we don't know what it is.
Wow. How cool.
One time, a robin egg outside my house.
Very cool. Did you like that? Do you see this girl? Look at her. She just stuck the whole thing in her mouth. Well, that's the cool thing about not being in actual Kokoro no Gakko class, because if you were in my second grade class, you'd have to share all this. But since you're not and you're making it with at home, you can eat it all yourself or share with your family if you're nice. My girls actually smelled it this morning and they were anxious to have some as well. So that's kind of neat. Anybody else have any questions or comments? No? All right, I'm gonna change my view.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course, please do.
Okay, so this is not related to mochi, but it's related to another Japanese food, sushi.
Mm-hmm.
And Hikari has never tried sushi, and so I'm wondering what would be a good beginner sushi for him to try.
Ooh, okay.
What do you
So
think?
I'm going to elicit my my suggestion, and then I think we have some big sushi fans in this group. Maybe they can say what their favorite is. So generally, what I recommend to people who are just starting off with sushi is the California roll, or even like you can even start with a kappamaki, which is just cucumber and the sushi rice and the seaweed outside, just to get a feel for the sushi. And then you can work your way up to a California roll, which is the imitation crab or crab mix with avocado. But I am 100% like convinced that there is a kind of sushi for everybody. Like I don't usually eat sushi, so my sushi is like chicken teriyaki rolls, but it's still considered sushi. So even if you're vegetarian, there's some amazing sushi rolls out there, or there's shrimp rolls. So let's see, I saw some chats come up. Let's see. We said, Taki says California roll. I agree. Ooh, Momi Sensei says inari. So inari, we also call those footballs in my house.
What about fish eggs?
Oh, fish eggs. Now that's advanced, I would say. Who eats some fish eggs in here? Tobiko, Masago. Wow. Wow, that's like a step above. I don't even really eat a lot of fish eggs, but my kids love it. They'll eat a bowl of rice with just like a mountain of masago or tobiko on top. That's their jam. That's like one of their favorite meals. Sakimaki. Oh, look at this. Taki is like a sushi whiz. So sakimaki is salmon on the inside wrapped in sushi rice with nori. Sometimes maybe that's the hamachi maki, but sometimes there's green onion inside. I'm impressed. Look at you guys. Sun roll. I don't know what a sun roll is. What's in that? Mia, what's in the sun roll? She might be frozen. Jackson, do you eat sushi? No? Oh, well, we're gonna have to find you some sushi.
The sun roll is basically just a roll that has salmon and lemon on the top. It has asparagus stem and cheese.
Yum. See, so there's so much variation in sushi. It doesn't have to be raw fish. It could be vegetarian. One of my favorite rolls too is like beef. It has beef and cream cheese. So it's like dinner wrapped in rice. It's so convenient. Akiko, do you like sushi? You do?
I love it.
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah,
Which one?
avocado rolls.
Ooh, see, I'm a fan for avocado too. I agree. All right, we're approaching. Sorry, I missed the last part of that. You said what?
I eat avocado with almost everything.
Oh,
I sometimes have it in my salad.
it's perfect in
toast.
sushi as well. All right.
Avocado like lemon toast. Have
Since
you
you
ever heard
guys, since you guys have all the ingredients, if we had a lot of time, I was going to show you another recipe because it's super simple, but it does require some parent help. So I will try to send you the recipes that we use today through the emails that I have. Let me just see. Let me see if I can screenshot you guys so I can send it to you. Okay, well, we'll see if that worked or not. But it's called Easy. Is this coming out backwards on your screen, or is this coming out? Is it backwards, or is it coming out the right way? Good.
It's coming out the right way. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so this is an easy manju recipe. Now it's actually not manju. It's called, I think it's called daifuku. But basically with that recipe, you would be able to make your own mochi ice cream because it only uses your mochiko and water and sugar, and you mix it together and heat it up in the microwave in increments of like 5 to 6 minutes till it gets the right consistency. Now, the only issue with doing this is you have to have a parent because the bowl and the manju or the mochi comes out very, very hot, okay? So you would just need to make sure to lay out a bed of cornstarch, or you can use your mochiko flour so that when it's gonna be very sticky. You're gonna dump out the mochiko, it's gonna be a little ball like this. And then you would mix it with cornstarch to make it flat. Now, I just pulled off pieces and then would stick on inside to make your little, it would look like this. We bought these, so it wouldn't look like this. It would look very, not as cute as this, but it would basically be this mochi with, and you can see there's some, it's dark. So there's which is red bean paste inside. So all you need to make that mochi outside for the ice cream is mochiko. So 1 cup of mochiko, 1 cup water, and a 1/2 cup sugar. And then you would just keep stirring and microwaving in increments of 5 minutes. And then so that would make the outside, and you can either fill it with you can fill it with maybe a little ball of ice cream. And then you would need to stick it back in the freezer to freeze, because I think the heat of the mochi on the outside would probably start melting the ice cream right away. Mia, you have a question?
I love avocados. So when my dad came up with this idea to make avocado lemon zest toast, I loved it. So I want to share it with you guys.
Cool. Thank you.
It has 1 avocado and sourdough toast, lemons. It has chili pepper flakes and black, what are they called? Let me grab them.
I love this. We should start a Kokono Nagako cooking group. I think that it looks like we're a lot of foodies in here.
It's black sesame seed
Very nice. That sounds delicious.
and garlic. It's
Okay, well.
good.
Thank you for sharing that. All right. So we are getting very close to our mochi cake being done. I'm just, without opening the oven, you might want to turn the light on and just kind of check to see how it's doing. And then you can, with a skewer, poke it just to see that it's lightly brown and see if it's cooked all the way through. So mine is not yet done. It is still, it's almost cooked all the way through, but it definitely needs another 5 minutes or so. Is that how yours is looking? All ovens are a little different.
Mine is
Mine-
done.
Yours is done. It should be lightly browned on top. And if you stick like a skewer through, it should be not wet at all. Yay. Okay, now I wouldn't cut that right away. Let it cool for a little bit. Okay, because otherwise it's going to be super sticky. It's much easier to cut when it's like warm or cooled.
Can you send us the recipe for the ice cream?
Sure. It's just it's gonna say easy mochi or easy. I'm gonna change it to daifuku recipe, and then you'll just instead of the on put ice cream inside. Okay, little balls of it. Yeah, I don't have it on this computer, so I'll have to send it to your emails. Alrighty, guys. If there's no last questions or no last comments, I do really like part of the best part of cooking is to see you guys. Ooh, mochi recipes. If you highlight on Makiko's name, she has a cookbook with mochi recipes. Ooh. What's your favorite one in there? Have you made all of them yet? Or any of them?
I like Chichi Dango.
Oh, Chichidango. I actually have, so in Gakko, I have, this is, you would get actually all the recipes of all the stuff that we cook in class. So that's what's hard about this is I had to only pick one recipe that I thought would be good over a Zoom class. But in class, we actually cook every day, or at least prep food every day. And then you get to take home the recipes at home. So you would be getting to try all these. So at least we got to make mochi cake together. And then I will send you the recipe, and then you'll have to figure out if that works for you. That I think it's called daifuku because I was calling it manju. But I think I was reading up manju is like it's baked, right? Momi Sensei, is manju? I was trying to find the difference between manju and mochi. And I think a lot,
I think you're
there's
right.
a
Right.
yeah, there's a
I
manju
think
shop
manju
yeah.
is
It's the, yeah, it's the more cake.
and daifuku is sweet and
Yeah.
not baked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
so it has that like real soft mochi outside, right? The daifuku. So I think I was calling it wrong all the time, but it's only because in San Jose they have a manju shop and they have daifuku there. So anyways, I'll get out that recipe. Make sure you do it with an adult because it's the glass, because you're microwaving it in 5-minute increments, it gets really hot. So essentially you just mix the mochiko water and sugar together, right? It's very easy. Mix it, microwave 5 minutes, come back, mix, and then you put saran wrap over it to kind of keep the condensation inside, and then microwave and then mix. And when it gets to be the right consistency, then you just lay it out on some mochiko or cornstarch flour. And then I saw, generally I just pull it apart and it's hot. It's really hot. But if you just let it sit and then use cornstarch or mochiko on top and then roll it out with a rolling pin. Someone had round cookie cutters, or you probably even use like a cup, and they were able to cut circles so that then they had a nice flat circle, and then they could put a dollop of or I was even thinking ice cream, right? And then you pinch the 4 sides, and then it makes this nice, cute little mochi ball. So that would be a fun activity to try. I think you're
Actually tried it the other day after you read the story. Thank you very much.
you made mochi ice cream?
And I think I I needed a little more, let's see, it was a little too liquidy. So I just had to add a little more rice flour. I could actually manage it. So
Wow.
you got to play with it a little bit.
Nice. That's amazing. Well, you'll have to try it.
Oh, and then the other thing I like to do is, yeah, and once, you can stuff it with like even a strawberry and, roll it around and get it sealed. But then you can roll it in something like either sesame seeds or matcha powder.
Ooh, yes.
What else?
Well, there's that
I
kinako,
think
right?
that's all I
So
did.
that's like,
Yeah.
isn't that a peanut dust or like flavor?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Soybean.
Uh-huh.
You have to make sure that you toast the soybean powder before you add.
Okay. You might want to check yours. Mine's done. It's a nice toasty, nice toasty, yellowy, brownish. And if I poke it, it comes out clean. So if yours isn't out of the oven, it's been like 30 minutes, I think we said.
Oh, and Ikuchi Sensei,
Yes.
there's a really good blog. It's very organized. It's by a Japanese that lives in San Francisco. And she has a blog called the Just One Cookbook, and she has all the videos. So
Oh, cool. I think I saw that on the chat.
see exactly how to do the microwave part, that it is really hot.
It is very hot, yes. So make sure you use oven mitts to get it out and then stir, and a parent to help. I actually thought about making it because this one was just a dump recipe, and then I was like, oh, maybe in between we can make that. And I thought I need to not be so adventurous and just
really good about educating. So like she'll probably tell you the difference between daifuku and manju and all that. So she goes through all the history, the traditions, because it is a blog. And she did it because she wanted her own children to have family recipes that she wanted to hand down to them. So that's how it started.
That's amazing. I will definitely check that out. I mean, that's essentially what we are hoping through Koko no Nagako too, is not just passing on recipes, but the history behind it, and how mochi came into how the Japanese started using mochi, and there's so much learning involved in just cooking that it's not just the eating part, right? There's so much education in it. So thank you for sharing that. I will definitely check that out.
She's very organized. She's very Japanese.
I can appreciate that for sure. All right, when your mochi cake is cooled enough, you guys are welcome to dig in and share with your family. And if you caught Momi Sensei's origami lesson, she made some really cute boxes, which Taki ended up using to put some cute little baked goods in there. That was super cute. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go and eat and enjoy. This smells so good. Does your kitchen smell so delicious? It was so nice to see your faces. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I love you. I'm so happy I got to see you this way, and we'll touch base again soon, okay?
Bye. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Oh, arigatou gozaimasu. Bye, or gozaimashita. Bye.